Let's do this. Okay, let me start off with this question. Is the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, deserving to be Nigeria's next president? You will find out in a moment. VP Yemi Osinbajo, a professor of law, was the Attorney General of Lagos State all the time Tinubu was governor. So he has been groomed by the Jagaban himself. These were Yemi Osinbajo's words when addressing young APC aspirants at the presidential villa in 2018, building up to the 2019 general elections. He said, "As a young person, I belonged to several pressure groups. I graduated at the age of 21, and when I graduated, I began to participate in various pressure groups, human rights organizations, anti-corruption, civil society groups of every kind." Interesting. Having been a member of different pressure groups, he couldn't pressure his principal, Mr. President, to do the right things for the time they have been together in power. Instead, he played along. When Osinbajo was marketed to us by his godfather, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, we got more interested in him, being that he is a pastor with the Redeemed Christian Church of God, who believed that part of the Bible which says, when the righteous is on the throne, the people rejoice. We also got interested in him, being that he is a professor of law and should be acquainted with the words justice, equity, and fair play. We had high hopes in him, but he let us down the moment he told the part of, if you can't beat them, you join them. Can we then trust such a man to pilot the affairs of Nigeria as president? I don't think so. Yemi Osinbajo won our hearts in 2018 when he was acting president in the absence of his principal, Mr. President, and he sacked the Department of State Service DSS boss, Mr. Lawal Musa Daura, for blocking the National Assembly and prevented lawmakers, staff, and journalists from entering the National Assembly. He described the unauthorized takeover of the National Assembly complex as a gross violation of constitutional order, rule of law, and all acceptable notions of law and order. That was the Yemi Osinbajo we subscribed to. Mr. President on arrival never liked what happened in his absence, which I know is the reason he stopped transmitting power to Yemi Osinbajo officially before embarking on any trip outside of the country. This got to VP Yemi Osinbajo, and he decided to lie low. But backing down in the face of challenges isn't the behavior of anyone who has been a member of various pressure groups. They are always vocal and ensures the right things are done. Do you know that the executive function of the Nigerian Vice President includes participation in all cabinet meetings and by statute, membership in the National Security Council, the National Defense Council, Federal Executive Council, and the chairman of the National Economic Council. So you can see that the number 2 citizen is a member of all security architecture in this country. If Osinbajo is the nice guy, why keep quiet in the face of insecurity staring us in the face? Unknown gunmen wreaking havoc, kidnapping and killing Nigerians, taking over our farmlands, destroying national properties, and reducing our reputation before the Committee of Nations. Yet nobody is saying anything, including Yemi Osinbajo, who is a professor of law and a member of the National Security Council. Oga decided to play shadow party in a government he should be actively involved in. That's the kind of man I'm talking about. The economy is drifting to the left every day. Naira has lost its value. There is hunger in the land. Our borrowing is alarming. The total debt stock of Nigeria is likely to reach 45 trillion naira as the Debt Management Office plans to borrow additional 6.39 trillion to finance the 2022 budget deficit. This is according to a DMO document obtained by the News Agency of Nigeria here in Abuja. All of these are happening simultaneously, yet the Vice President, who chairs the National Economic Council, is helpless. The killings by the Islamic group Boko Haram is no longer new to us. As a pastor and devoted Christian, how has Yemi Osinbajo reacted or dealt with the issue? Remember, Boko Haram constitute big security challenge, especially in the northeastern part of the country. As a member of the Security Council, and to our greatest dismay, Pastor Osinbajo has so far not been able to contain this ugly situation. Yet, he wants us to believe that 2023 is the best year to do it. Why? Because he's running for office. VP Osinbajo has become more or less a personal assistant to Mr. President. He lacks the courage to speak truth to power. Is this the kind of man that can pilot Nigeria as the president? I bet you VP Osinbajo will be highly intimidated by the big weights in politics if he becomes our president. Mark my words. He will be made to dance to the tune of their music. He lacks the courage to resist pressure coming from the corridors of power. He will not have the will of his own to serve Nigeria better. Instead, he will be more or less a ceremonial head, while the big ways in Nigerian politics run the government under his presidency. And please, very, very important, do not forget that his godfather remains Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban, the owner of Lagos. Though it may seem they are at war with each other now. Because why? They both have declared interest for president under the same party, APC. Tinubu will always have a say in an Osinbajo's government. Quote me anywhere. I say this with my full chest. Is this what you want in a president? Until Osinbajo gives us reasons to believe he is different. His presidency is a no for me. I don't know about you. Sorosoke. Please remember to follow us on all our social media channels showing on your screen right now. Until I see you again, my name is ADS. Signing out.